How visionary my father was in his ability to say that the strength of this country lies in the diversity that we bring from around the world. So there's a tremendous pride.
Now people are expecting that you will come into the party, you'll perhaps one day you will lead the country. What's your vision? Which direction you will take the party and this country?
The challenges of building a strong community there reflect the challenges that we have in Canada. So there's a lot to do to become MP before I think of anything else.
Your father was a very intellectual man. I mean, he raised all of you in a different manner than an ordinary Canadian. And what have you achieved, and what are the basic things? What are your memories about him?
We were lucky to have parents who loved us, who gave us opportunities for education and hugely opportunities to travel. I got to travel all around the world at a very young age, and therefore saw how big the world was and how important the connectedness that we must build as a planet with each other if we're in order to survive. So my father gave me a tremendous amount of good luck and good upbringing in that.
Have you thought about becoming a leader of the party?
No.
ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੀ ਸਿਆਸਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੀਅਰ ਏਲੀਅਟ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਘਰ ਲਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੈਂਟ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਕੋਈ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੀਅਰ ਏਲੀਅਟ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਦੀ ਹੋਵੇ। ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਲੈਜੈਂਡ ਸਨ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੀਰੋ ਸੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੇਟੇ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਿਆਸਤ 'ਚ ਪੈਰ ਧਰਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਦੇ ਦੌਰੇ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਸੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਈ। ਅੱਜ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੁਝ ਸਵਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣਗੇ।
Welcome to Vancouver.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So multiculturalism is a big thing here in Canada, and your dad actually started it. He was a big leader of multiculturalism. What kind of relationship you have with ethnic communities?
Well, I think it goes two ways. Obviously, it's a tremendous privilege for me to travel around Canada and to meet people from so many different communities who feel so strongly that my father was a large part of the Liberal Party that allowed them to come and settle in Canada. And obviously, it's a deep honor for me. But there also is a sense of tremendous hope and possibility, because I see these families who've come to Canada to become Canadians from every corner of the world, and I see what they're bringing to this country, and I see how visionary my father was in his ability to say that the strength of this country lies in the diversity that we bring from around the world. So there's a tremendous pride.
No doubt he was a very visionary man. Now people are expecting that you will come into the party, you'll perhaps one day you will lead the country. What's your vision? Which direction you will take the party and this country?
Listen, right now my focus is on serving the people in Papineau and on getting elected by the communities and by the good people who live there. The challenge of being an MP is huge, so I'm not thinking about steps down the road. For me, the important thing is to represent the people in my riding well, and it's a riding that has so many diversities of people in there, so many different cultures, that the challenges of building a strong community there reflect the challenges that we have in Canada. So there's a lot to do to become MP before I think of anything else.
You're going to become MP. It seems like all the surveys and polls are indicating towards it. But you're starting young, fresh. I mean, the whole country is expecting that you'll perhaps take them in the right direction. Could you tell us a bit of your vision, that what you're looking for?
Well, I think one of the things that I'm coming into politics to try and bring in, and a lot of the young people who are starting in politics right now are really focused on, is the idea of the individual responsibility that people have as voters and as citizens. If we can get Canadians, regardless of their communities and backgrounds, to feel responsible to all other Canadians and feel like each person has an ability to contribute to addressing the big problems, then we have ourselves a much more powerful democracy than we have right now. When you involve people in the political process, give them a voice, listen to them, and are really serious about representing them, then everything begins to become possible, because we have big challenges and we're going to need big, bold solutions to address them. The problems around the environment, for example, and finding a proper balance with the natural world.
Your father was a very intellectual man. I mean, he raised all of you in a different manner than an ordinary Canadian. And What have you achieved, and what are the basic things? What are your memories about him?
Well, one of the things that I'm very, very aware of is just how tremendously lucky we were as children. We were lucky to have parents who loved us, who gave us opportunities for education and hugely opportunities to travel. I got to travel all around the world at a very young age, and therefore saw how big the world was and how important the connectedness that we must build as a planet with each other if we're in order to survive. So my father gave me a tremendous amount of good luck and good upbringing in that. But it came with a real sense of responsibility, that if I was luckier than the average young person, that came with a responsibility to make a difference and to serve with that luck, to do right by the good luck that I've been given. So that's where I decided when I left university that I was going to become a teacher, and I got to serve, in teaching young people for 5 years here in Vancouver, actually, to try and teach them how to be empowered, engaged citizens and change the world that way.
When the family tragedy happened and your brother Michelle passed away, it had a real deep impact on your dad and your mom. I understand that. But people like to know that how it has impacted you. Are you still kind of influenced with that? What are you doing out of that? I think you started a campaign in order to increase the safety in skiing, and you went to Nelson, I remember. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing nowadays?
My father, his passing impacted me with the life he had led, and Michelle, when my little brother died, it was his death that had the most impact on me. And it taught me to value life and to appreciate every moment we have on this earth. And that if we're not, every day, every year doing things that matter and that make us deeply happy, and instead putting off, well, till later that we'll make a difference in the world, till later we'll try and be a better person, we may not have the time. So for me, it's been all about making sure that I'm doing everything I can every given moment to fulfill what I am and who I am, about making a difference.
Mm-hmm. Liberal Party has suffered irreparable damage during Paul Martin era. Critics are saying that, leader of maybe from Trudeau dynasty, from a young man like yourself, of your caliber, probably can come and really put this party together. Have you thought about becoming a leader of the party?
No. I think this party is going through a transition time right now, and it's renewing itself and changing the way it wants to do politics and changing the way it's reaching out to individuals to involve them. The one thing that impresses me so much about the Liberal Party right now is, even though we have a very strong leader who has a tremendous intelligence and insight in Stéphane Dion, with a real vision for this country, we have an amazing team all around him of some very, very strong people who are able to contribute at all levels to making this country better, from Stéphane Dion all the way down to different candidates like Bill Cunningham, who I'm out here to visit, like Joyce Murray in the Vancouver Quadra riding by-election. There are people who listen and who have an impact and have a voice.
Your father and John Chrétien were very good friends. What kind of relationship do you have with them?
I have a very good relationship with Jean Chrétien. He's an old and dear family friend, as you say, and I talk to him every now and then to get pieces of advice from him. He is someone who is deeply intelligent and thinks very carefully about consequences in politics, and I have a lot to learn from a lot of different people. And Jean is someone that I talk to not super often, but every few months, just to catch up with and to run certain things by.
You came into politics. You came a bit reluctantly, and now you have caught up with it. What do you think about the way Stephen Harper is running the government?
Mr. Harper, what worries me about him and his Conservatives is that they play a lot on the politics of division, the politics of fear, the politics of insecurity, where they look at what divides people. They play to one group and not to another. They try to put people in contrast to each other and gain political advantage that way.
I'm sure people are interested in you personally. Your father was an athlete. He was a great gymnastic figure. What do you do in your spare time? What's a private Justin Trudeau?
Oh, geez. In the winter, for many years I was a snowboard instructor out here at Whistler Blackcomb. On the weekends, I do a lot of cross-country skiing and snowshoeing in the winter. In the summer, I canoe, I hike, I get outside as much as I can, winter or summer. For me, the balance of nature, getting out into the woods, getting away from all the cities and civilization, and finding again a sense of perspective between the natural world and my interior world is one that reminds me of both my importance in being a steward of the planet and my smallness in being, just a tiny speck faced with the magnificence of the natural world.
Mm-hmm. So what would you like to say in closing?
I think what I'd like to say is that it's a real privilege for me to be able to sit in your homes tonight and share with you a little bit of myself. Wherever I go, particularly within the South Asian community, I am so welcomed in. I've felt so much a part of your families and welcomed by your community that it's a real privilege for me to be able to sit and share a little bit of myself with you like this.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.